a perilous 1931 journey through forbidden Himalayan passes. On the 1st September 1931, Lieutenant Hugh Rose left Baijnath in Kumaun with Captain Richardson and Lieutenant G. Chaldecott for a 2-month visit to Upper Kumaun and Garhwal. Their main objective was to examine the watershed system between the Antadhura Pass in the south and Barahoti in the north, with secondary aims of ascending lesser-known passes on the British-Tibet border, photographing, shooting, and climbing as time allowed. Between Baijnath and Milam, continuous rain made the river between Shama and Tejam unfordable, forcing a 3-day detour through Baranag and Thal, where a bridge existed. From Monsiari, they ascended the Goriganga to Milam, reaching it on 12th September. Unable to get Jobus due to rinderpest, they used mules, whose drivers caused constant trouble. On 14th September, they reached Dung, 13,720 days, where the Gori Valley branched to the Antadhura Pass and the upper Lassar watershed. 2 days later, Chaldecott and Rose explored the upper Lassar branch to visit glaciers and possibly find a col overlooking the valley. At the head of the Nulla, 4 miles above Dung, they found 3 glaciers from the northeast, east, and south. Ascending the southern one, they reached 18,000 Chaldecott before deep crevasses stopped them. Observations differed from existing maps, particularly in glacier location and the route of an old Tibetan road, abandoned 60 years earlier due to crevasses. On 17th September, they crossed the Antadhura Pass, 1790 to Lauka, noting little snow north of the pass. The area between Lauka and Barahoti, part of the Guntilla River Basin, had deep gorges, moorland valleys, and many Tibetan routes. They climbed a small peak, 500 Tottea, northwest of Antadhura, over firm snow. On 20th September, they crossed Jayantila, 18,500 Tottea, and Kungri Bingri, 18,300 Tottea in fine weather, enjoying views of the girthy gorge, Kailas mountains, and rugged reddish peaks. On 21st September, they crossed Charchanla, 7,160 to Kio, noting bright green rock outcrops and a snow line around 20,000 off. At Kio, Richardson shot a wild yak, and later on the route via Sangcha to Lapthal, they obtained a 27-inch parrel and found other horns. At Lapthal, they halted 5 days, during which Richardson suffered a poisoned knee but recovered. They collected ammonite fossils indicating proximity to sedimentary gneissic rock junctions. On 29th September from Shalshal, 15,570 hours of tears, Rose ascended the Shalshal Pass, 16,390 frost, then later the Tunjunla, 16,700 hours of Testia from Rimkin, seeing a Central Asian ass. Concerned about snow on the higher Balahoti Pass, they attempted it on 1st October, but were stopped 500 hours from the summit by deep snow, forcing a night camp at 17,000 without fuel or food. Rose crossed the pass alone to Bampa Gamsali for coolies, returning on 3rd October with supplies and crossing back by moonlight. Blocked Silikank and Markchak passes left only a Tibetan escape route. On 5th October, they crossed a now clear Tunjunla to Sarkia in Tibet, joining the Niti Pass route. They saw Ovis Ammon, but could not hunt them. From Sarkia, they went to Jindu at the base of the Niti Pass, 16,600 FTs, where muleteers initially fled, but returned. The Jindu Nulla opened to Tibetan uplands and views of Kailas. On 7th October, they crossed into Upper Garhwal via the nearly snowless Niti Pass with striking purple and green hill colors. They learned from a caravan that Dapas Zongpon was a cruel ex-muleteer who had reduced its population to 20. Crossing back through Upper Garhwal, they had heavy rain, especially at the Quarry Pass, 12,400 Tauftes on 12th October. They found Garhwal people more pleasant than those in Upper Kumaun. Between Milam and Bompagamsali, fuel, grazing, and water were plentiful except at Rimkin, Charchan, Lauka, and Jindu. The journey cost was $400 per head per month, including equipment, food, and transport. They carried no camp furniture, and their 60 elbita tent just fitted 3 sleeping bags.